What is good, everybody? How are y'all doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. and the ladies. It is your boy German. You're tuned into Kinetic Aesthetic. Now, the week is already off to a crazy start. We already have a bunch of crazy headlines, but we're going to be keeping it in the world of sports today for you. I'm going to talk to you about all the crazy things that happened over this past weekend in the world of sports. We got NBA games. We got NFL, a week 9 that is to remember. A whole lot of games that went down to the wire. I can't wait to tell you all about the Bears and how Caleb showed out. Then we have the World Series. The Fall Classic lived up to its name, and we had one of the best World Series that I've personally seen in my lifetime, especially at least since the Cubs finally got theirs. So I just can't wait to talk to you all about it, to tell you all about which teams to look out for and everything else like that. But for now, I'm going to just stop yapping. So what I want you to do is get comfortable. If you're at work, I want you to, hopefully you're on lunch, I want you to go and put your feet up, get real nice and relaxed, because for the next time, I ain't even gonna put no time limit on it, you are going to have some kinetic put into your aesthetic. So keep having a good rest of your day. I'm your host Germ, and let's go ahead and get into it after a word from. So any long-term listeners of the channel are going to know about me that one thing that I hold dear and that I just find to be very important is family. It's crucial. It is one thing that you may not be able to choose it, but you've got to cherish it. And so it brings me great joy to tell you all about a family business that is run by none other than my big brother and my role model. It is a business that he is decided to run in honor of our late mother, my mom, Rachel. She had a banger recipe for some caramel cakes and caramel desserts, and he's taken that recipe, and ever since she passed, he has just taken her dreams and her legacy, and he is using that all, and he is just putting them into these cakes, into these brownies. I'm showing you all of them right here. They're delicious. They're amazing. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, you are well within reaching distance of these. So I'm imploring everybody to just go to this website that I got up here on this screen right now. I want you to go over there. I want you to go and make the best decision of your day. Order yourself a damn cake. But other than that, I just wanted to just make sure I shared this business and just shared it with y'all because it's special to me, it's important, and I'm not trying to implore anybody to grab it if you're somebody that loves me or has support for me. But if you want to have some good shit, just trust me, he's going to ship it to you even if you're far away. You are well within your right to treat yourself to some good caramel desserts. So once again, website is on the screen, Mama Rose Caramel. It is a family business run by my brother, and it is something that it is a lot of love, passion, and hard work goes into this. So trust me, if you want to have something good in your life, go and check out Mama Rose Caramel. Alrighty, everybody. So we must start off with, of course, the hometown team, the Chicago Bears. We'll get to the World Series and the NBA, of course, just a little later. But I got to start off by talking about these Bears. The improbable, the crazy, going down to the last minute. There was just some crazy shit going in Cincinnati. They just came out and won it 47-42 with a last-minute touchdown. Caleb Williams somehow just stands in that pocket with the best throw I think I've seen from him in damn near the entire season to Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland. His name is hard to pronounce for me for some reason. But he was able to catch it, breaks 2 tackles. Don't know how the man did it, but he got it done. And yeah, this was a game. This was one where I'm trying to tell y'all right now, you do not understand the whirlwind of emotions I was feeling. If they would have lost that game, if they would have lost after that last minute Joe Flacco touchdown, after they had just fucked up on special teams and gave up that onside kick, the different tone I would have had recording this, the different energy that y'all would have felt coming off of me when I released this would have been noticeable. But Caleb Williams, after a long season, after a long time waiting, because it has been since that Cowboys game really that we have seen this level of just play from him. And again, this was 4th quarter Caleb. He's renowned for that. Trust me, there was last year where he had a lot of good 4th quarter drives that he would do stuff that would put us in position to win the game, and then you would have Matt Eberflus, worst coach I think we might have ever had in the modern era, and he would just fuck it up. So this was a revelation. This was so important to see. It was great to see the rookies balling out. Loveland had his coming out game. I hate that it had to come after Cole Kmet getting injured, but he stepped up. He did his damn thing. Kyle fucking Monungai won this game for us more than anybody. This man was just taking control. He was having his way, running all across the field. They couldn't do anything with him. And I'm not trying to say that we have our own version of thunder and lightning. I'm not going to put Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift on that same level of Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery, but we got a damn good thing going here right now. Ben Johnson has done his damn thing. He is changing this culture. There's going to be ups and downs this year. I'm starting to accept that, but they are playing different. It feels different when we're in these games. I'm starting to really feel like we're never out of it, especially like if we can just keep it close. If Caleb has a chance going into that fourth quarter and he can turn it on, he can turn it on. He did this game. 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, that one receiving touchdown. Hate that it took him 4 plays to get that first score, but you know what? Just put the pressure on him by just keeping him out there, and they got it done. This was a game where he was able to complete all these passes and get all these yards without completing anything to Rome Odunze. And yeah, we do have to have the question of, why did Rome have such a bad day? Why was he not able to take advantage? Yes, there was that one pass where Caleb threw it behind him in the end zone, but he got his hands on it. You're supposed to come up with that. If you're the number one, these contested catches and all these shit, you are supposed to come down with them. We need you to be that guy. We've got Malik Neighbors, we've got all these other guys in this draft class who have shown that they can definitely be it, and that you have shown that you have that potential, but I still just need to see some more consistency with your hands. But this was good to see that Caleb can do all that without having to rely on him, because there was a couple of games just recently where it felt like whenever Caleb is getting any real completions or yards, it has to go to Rome. Otherwise, he's just struggling and scrambling. Speaking of scrambling, he did a good damn job with that this week. He was taking what they were giving to him, especially going into that second half, because he had a really solid game overall, except for that second quarter. Second quarter where a lot of shit was looking rough. They missed the kick at the end. Caleb just was not looking good, but he came out, righted that ship, came out course corrected, and that was so special because, again, last year adjustments were just something that we struggled with. We weren't able to do consistently, and again, Ben Johnson is changing the culture. He is changing the culture. Things are feeling different. I have such a warm feeling knowing that, like, going into next week against the Giants, we should win that. We should have that. We're a team that we should be beating teams like that, and we should be doing what we have to do. I expect us to be 6-3. And I know it took to the last minute. I know that we let Joe Flacco's old ass go out there and put 470 up on us. And yeah, he's got T. Higgins and he's got Jamar Chase, but come on now. But the Bears are just starting to become a team that just figures out a way to get shit done. And that is what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Because last year, there was just times where motherfuckers were just, you just saw motherfuckers just are quitting. They're not really having that same energy or that faith. So, and DJ Moore was a big part of the offense. Not only did they tried to use him as a running back, and he was able to get some success doing that, but they made sure he got his touches in the passing game too. 4 catches is a lot better than what they were doing. Again, great all-around offensive W. I can't give the defense credit. Y'all motherfuckers let somebody put up 42 on y'all. Special teams also. I hate to end it by talking about the most negative thing, but what the fuck is going on with our special teams? They are turning into hot ass. I don't know what's going on with the coach. I don't know if he's not like putting niggas in their place, but they have just, every time they kick the ball off, I expect the opponent to start on the 40 or the 35-yard line. Every time they're in some situation where they're going to have to do an onside kick, I'm expecting the team to somehow get it because the Bears are going to do some dumb shit. Like, motherfucker let it touch his foot, and it's just like silly shit. And it almost lost us this game. Like, that's why I have so much happiness for Caleb in the offense, because this is a game that the other sides of the ball were trying to lose for you. And they somehow got it done. Like, shit. You heard Jamar Chase. If you haven't heard him, this nigga's walking back through the sideline, just literally saying one fucking stop. And that's all they couldn't do. And hey, fourth quarter Caleb, you better be ready for him, because he is a different animal. He's a different beast. And this is going to sound crazy. This might be me jumping the gun a little bit. If we are able to win this next game, get to 6-3, maybe get to 7-3, 7-4, I really feel like people need to watch out. Because yes, we make a lot of penalties. We do a lot of dumbass shit. But I really do feel like people are waiting on Caleb to like have that consistency stretch and really come together. I'm waiting for the team because I feel like this team has it in them to like get past a lot of these penalties. I feel like it's just because of the first year on the offense and a lot of them just like new shit. Watch out if this team can clean it up, because this is a very, very good team. If they can get out of their own way a lot more often than not, I've felt this year that this is a team that can hang with anybody. They just got to stop the penalties. If they do that, if they get hot at the right time, going into November and December, you got Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift running the ball. Then you've got Rome getting his hands together, and you've got all this other shit working well for you. I don't think a lot of teams are going to want to face us. Defense needs work. Yes, we do need to get a trade going. I love the report by Adam Schefter that we are hot going into the deadline trying to get a deal done, because if we can get a very good boost to that defense, I'm trying not to like buy into this and drink too much of my own Kool-Aid, but I really feel like this is a team that nobody's going to want to face. This is the type of season it feels like where if you get hot going into at the right time, you get into the playoffs, you can make a run. Because I feel like I'm not expecting Super Bowl, but playoffs are well within play. I think we should be definitely expecting it. I'm not threatened by Minnesota. The NFC West is a tough division, but I really don't see any other division that really threatens to have more than one person, except their division winner going into the playoffs. I don't see the NFC South. I think that Tampa's going to take that with ease. NFC East, that's Philly. I don't really feel anything about Dallas. I don't really feel anything about New York. Commanders we just saw, unfortunately, what happened to Jaden Daniels. I'll get to that a little bit in a second. So outside of the NFC West, if we can just stay steady and keep winning games, I don't see a real reason why there can't be 3 teams from the NFC North in the playoffs. Because I do think that Green Bay, especially due to that dumbass tie, they're going to find their way in it. Detroit is Detroit. They're still the NFC. Until somebody beats them in the playoffs again, they're still looking like them. So I really don't see a reason why we shouldn't be expecting the playoffs at this point. It's okay to really start just holding that standard up for the season. We just got to get it done. We are not into the difficult stretch yet, but again, you win these games that you're supposed to, and going into that stretch, if you're 7-4, you're 8-3 potentially. Watch out. So yeah, that's how I feel about the Bears. I'm excited. I am excited. I saw what I needed to. They saved their season yesterday. So I am more than excited. I'm just fucking elated. So in other NFL news, we had Baltimore going into Miami on Thursday night. They ended up whooping on them 28-6. Miami is a shit show. They're going to need to fire their head coach soon. I know they already did so with the general manager, but you're going to need to clean house. Tua is not it. Tyreek probably needs to go. He's just a locker room cancer at this point. You already got rid of Jalen Ramsey. It's time to just clean it all up. It's bad. Baltimore is going to be Baltimore. I knew it even going into last week when we played them. They're treating every game at this point like it's a playoff game. They have no more margin for error. That's why this nigga's going out there. He's throwing 4 touchdowns. They are going to be tough to play going forward. I'm expecting them. I don't know if they can win every game on their remaining schedule, but it would not shock me if they do some crazy shit like that, because this is a team that had Super Bowl expectations. They did not expect to be in this situation. This nigga Harbaugh knows he's damn near coaching for his job right now. They need to be on point. Minnesota was able to thankfully beat the Lions 27-24. Well, believer in JJ McCarthy. I keep seeing people say he played nice. I know I'm just looking at the stat line, but he probably made some good throws. He's a game manager. They have a really good squad. You got Justin Jefferson right now, damn it. You got the best receiver in the league. The defense is stout. They are, again, they might be the 4th best team in our division, but they're still a decent team. And on Detroit's side, you can't win them all. I'm not really gonna just make too much more of this, and that it's a division rival. NFC North teams always play each other hard. Shit, we beat the fucking Packers last year as bad as we were. So it really can come down to just on any given Sunday. And then, like I said, the Vikings are a good squad, so I'll give them that. And I do want to give a special shout out to the Carolina Panthers for beating the Green Bay Packers 16-13. Fuck the state of Wisconsin. Fuck Jordan Love. Fuck Micah Parsons. Fuck whoever their bitch ass coach is. Fuck Wisconsin Dells. Fuck everything Wisconsin. I'm happy you all lost. Fuck you all. Bryce Young is still trash though. All right, 27-20 when it comes to the Chargers against the Titans. The Titans I don't know what to make of Cam Ward. I really do feel like this is the type of situation where when you just have really bad coaching and you just go into a shit franchise, you can't expect these guys to just look good. It is a development process. You can't really, you might have to throw this nigga a mulligan on his first year. Like, I know that we have gotten spoiled by CJ Stroud and by Jaden Daniels last year, but it is so hard to transition from the NFL to college. My fault. From college to the NFL, especially when you are going to the worst team in the league who does not have shit. Like, they really, the more I like look into the Titans, they really don't have anything except for maybe like that one dude who's a defensive tackle. And I'm not even sure of his name. You got Calvin Ridley as your number one wide receiver. Calvin Ridley. I think he's a decent receiver, but he should not be your number one. So this is just it's a bad team. I'm not going to hold too much against him. They just need to fire their coach, bring in somebody new. I do think it's generally a good idea to just, if you're getting a new quarterback, especially if you've already given a guy a chance with a rookie quarterback, you should probably just bring in a new guy. Chargers lost Joe Alt, which is... I'm going to just bring up a stat when it comes to this to show y'all how they are with Joe Alt versus without him. They might be fucked because they're already an up and down team. I thought that they're just weird. I don't know what to make of the Chargers right now. I don't feel like they're the type of sleeper team that's going to be going on a run soon or anything. They want to be a team that runs the ball, but it feels like, especially when they win, they're just relying on Justin Herbert doing just like shit that he can do because he's talented. So I don't really believe in him. I like Harbaugh as a coach, the other Harbaugh, but Jim Harbaugh. I like him as a coach. I would have loved for him to coach Chicago, but I just don't feel like this is their year, especially when they've got all they're just a cursed franchise. It's a Spanos curse. Now, Patriots against Falcons, 24-23. Patriots they're looking like they're back. They're looking like Drake May might be we thought it was going to be fucking Mac Jones. This nigga Drake May is actually coming out here. And speaking of which, why the fuck did the Bears, end up with a North Carolina quarterback that was going to be really shitty in Trubisky? But they get this motherfucker. Why did North Carolina have to wait until he came out to really give the NFL a good quarterback? Fuck North Carolina. Well, actually, don't fuck North Carolina. They gave us Michael Jordan. 49ers against the Giants. Again, NFC West. That is this man, Kyle Shanahan, for all the shit that he gets for like blowing games and choking, does not matter how many people on that team get talented. They find a way to win, and they find a way for that team to just like stay steady. 6-3 with all the injuries that this man has been dealing with. Nick Bosa, and you've got Fred Warner, both out for the season. This man is still got this team 6-3, still looking like they are going to be competing for a wild card spot down to the last week of the season at the very least. So shout out him. I'm sorry. Sometimes we give MVPs and like coach of the years to the people who just have the best record, who have done this. This is the type of season I'm watching from them just slowly, where I really feel like this man is like coaching himself into a coach of the year award, because they should not still be like even afloat. Because like Brock Purdy's been out for a good couple weeks, and Mac Jones has just been steady. He's showing why these motherfuckers wanted to draft him instead of Trey Lance. Texans against the Broncos. I just want to say this. CJ Stroud, I hope he is able to recover from that hit. I saw it. That looked real bad. Quarterbacks have to learn how to slide better, but that was still a really bad one. I always hate to see a guy just laid out on the ground. When these guys just take those hits and they don't get up, you got to know something is really like fucked up here. So I just hope that they take their time with him. He's your franchise. Don't rush him back. Don't have him out there if you don't need him to. The season's already starting to look a little bit lost for them. There's a lot of shit going wrong. Don't make things worse by doing what the Commanders did with Jaden Daniels, which we're going to talk about now. Seattle put the hurting on them. Sam Darnold was fucking 4 touchdowns going to the half. Perfect completion percentage. Like, did not miss a pass. I don't know where this is coming from with this guy. I thought that was going to be a one-year wonder. I definitely did not see him coming and doing all this, but he's doing it. And so you really can't say shit else, but I salute you. JSN is top 3. JSN is playing himself into the top 3 conversation. It's him, Jetta, and Jamar Chase. It's just that simple. I'm like, he is that nigga right now. He's having that season. Commanders. I'm gonna be real honest. There's a part of me there's a toxic side of me. I am not going to say that I am happy at all about the Jaden Daniels injury. I hate that. I hated to see that. I hated that Dan Quinn had him in there. and I don't blame him for it because it's a football game. You've seen motherfuckers come down and score 33 in one quarter. So again, I don't understand where all this revisionist, like the game was over, there was no chance of y'all coming back. Yes, the fuck there was. Jaden Daniels as a competitor would have probably told you, yes, there's a chance we can still do this. I just got to get some passes going. So not going to blame him, but it does look bad in hindsight, and with the added context of him having had multiple injuries this season already. But again, it's football. It's a dangerous sport no matter what. You just hate that it happened. You just hate that it feels like this is happening all over again, where you had a really talented quarterback. You had RG3, who was rookie of the year and did all this great shit. Then he just got injured, and it's like because they didn't manage it right. So hate to see it happen. We'll see how they handle adversity, because for all the shit the Bears have had to hear and that people have had to give Chicago fans about Jaden Daniels being so clearly better than Caleb Williams, number one of them is clearly more durable. And number two, Jaden Daniels wouldn't have lasted here. Like some of the hits that Caleb has taken, that Jaden Daniels taken, he would have been gone already. The nigga would have been out on a stretcher. So there's a lot that goes into why these picks are made sometimes. Again, I hope that Jaden Daniels is able to get healed up very quickly. I hope that he's able to get back and be able to just like show them at full strength, because I wanted to see how the team would handle adversity, but that adversity did not include losing him. So I'm not going to really just say anything other than that. I hope he's able to get healthy, because I want to see them if I got a team that I'm rooting against, almost just putting it like that, I don't want to be rooting against them while they're hobbled or they're limping. I want to see them motherfuckers running at full strength. I just want to see them get their shit clocked. Jacksonville against Las Vegas. They beat them 30-29 with a overtime defensive stand. And I don't know what to make of Jacksonville. I don't think that they're going to be a team that is necessarily good, but I could see them sneaking in as that 7th seed out of the AFC. I just don't. Again, this has been a real crazy season. There's been a lot of teams that have been surprising. Fucking Patriots and Colts are both 7-2. It's anybody's ball game in the AFC. The NFC is damn near the same thing. I don't know what to think who's going to end up with the number 1 seed in the NFC, because it could be Tampa, it could be Detroit. We could see a team go on a run. We could see a team really just start to just go fuck up and start to lose. There's still so much that we don't know about in terms of how the season's going to play out, because I still am waiting on a lot of these teams that are supposedly hot on the trade talks. Like the Bears are just getting talked about by Adam Schefter about trying to make a trade. We can get somebody on that defense. If some of these teams make a big change and they're able to get some game changer for their squad, watch out. Last game that I wanted to take a note of, let's talk about the Colts. They went into this game 7-1. They were the talk of the league. They were the darlings, deservedly so. Daniel Jones was playing like an MVP. Jonathan Taylor more so I should say was playing like an MVP. Daniel Jones was playing like comeback player of the year. They got their shit clocked. They got rocked. It wasn't a blowout or anything, but Pittsburgh did it to them. You turned the ball over 6 times. 6 fucking times. 3 picks by this man. Daniel Jones. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a rough outing. But silver lining is, like I said, you turned the ball over 6 times and you only lost by 7 points. This team is so fucking talented. If Daniel Jones can avoid a game like this in the playoffs, I really don't see with the way Jonathan Taylor is playing, I really just don't see a way that they are going to like lose playing like this. Like, as long as this man can avoid just coming out and throwing 3 picks, because again, you give the ball away 6 times and you only lose by 7 points. I've been still thinking about that a lot, because I didn't really pay attention to that game, but I heard that stat and I was amazed. I was thinking this must have been closer than that, but nah, this man, they are for real. They are legit. I didn't see it coming, because I know Jonathan Taylor was a beast. I know all of that. I didn't know they had the receivers with this much talent. I got Michael Pittman Jr. I thought he was really like their only real quality receiver, but clearly not. So this is just going to come down to, they're going to start putting 8 people in that box. When those games count, they're going to just put 8 people in that box. They're going to take Jonathan Taylor away as best as they can. And they're going to tell Daniel Jones, can you beat us? And this was not a good indication of him being able to do so. This reminded me last year of Sam Darnold. He looks good in Seattle now, but that last game of the season last year in that playoff game, shit looked real different. So going forward, we're going to see if Daniel Jones can just shake this off, if this was just a aberration or if this was a sign of things to come. Alrighty, now, it was not too long ago when you might have heard me tell y'all that Luka Doncic was a shoo-in for the MVP for the NBA this year. And I still believe that. I still think that he has a pretty high chance. I think Luka coming into the season in shape was just, that's a reason for niggas to be afraid. But Victor Wembanyama has been making me very, very nervous about that prediction because the nigga has been playing out of his mind. Up until, I think, yesterday, the Spurs were undefeated. Wembanyama has been playing out of his mind. Now, he did look rough in that game. Arizona, they played the Suns. They put some smaller guys on him. They were forcing him into turnovers and shit like that. Wasn't his best looking game, but especially score-wise, he didn't even get double digits. But one game does not tell the whole story. This man has been on fire. Like I said, Spurs they only got one loss right now. The only undefeated team is the OKC Thunder. And duh, no fucking surprise. It's been a revelation for them in the West because I think a lot of people expected them to be good. They expected Wemby to maybe take that next step, but you didn't expect them to just come out so hot. This man has been coming out looking like the best player in the world. And again, for me, it was seeing that highlight of him block those two shots real quick and then just go back and hit the logo three. That's just like, you can't do nothing with that type shit. There's just really, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Then you got Dylan Harper, who unfortunately got injured in that Arizona game as well. He was looking nice. So the West is going to be a bloodbath. We already know it is every year, but now it's looking like San Antonio is really ready to just take that next step, and they're going to be up there. You know, the only team they're on, like, again, OKC is the real only team that's like definitely above the rest in that conference from the looks of things. LA is going to be LA. They're going to have LeBron. You're going to have Luka. You got Denver. You got fucking Jokic, who Wembanyama just might be like putting himself in that conversation. Jokic, in my opinion, still definitely is like, he's sort of holding on to the crown. SGA might be the only one that's definitely like holding on to or trying to tug it away from him right now. But again, the West just has a lot of quality squads. So it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. And I really don't know what to predict on out of there. Now, when you talk about the East, it's an even crazier story. Because, I mean, you got the Bulls at 5-1 being tied for first place right now. I did not tell, like I'm trying to tell you, I expected them to be mediocre. I still expect them to end up being mediocre. But you don't expect this type of a strong start. And it's leading me to really question, you know, with Jason Tatum out, and Giannis and them, they look good right now, but Giannis just trying to say that he already wanted to leave. You don't really know what the status of a lot of these Eastern Conference teams is going to be. This shit is wide open. And I definitely still expect certain teams to, you know, definitely rise above the cream of the crop. I expect Cleveland with what they got to really sort of, you know, not look this sort of mid so far record-wise. I'm expecting New York to really get some shit going with Jalen Brunson. But right now, anybody's game. If I had to take a guess right now, and this is just one that I don't think to hold on to it, I think Milwaukee will, just because I think Giannis he might know that this is just one of those years where with things is wide open on this side, I can really make a path to those finals, and that would do a lot for him. So it's an exciting time to be an NBA fan, and all you can really do is just hope that we don't have a lot of injuries like last year, especially going to the playoff season. That was really what I feel like hurt it. People want to just blame it on OKC and Indiana being small market teams, but it also didn't help that Indiana's best player goes down, or that SGA and the OKC, they're the new San Antonio, where they're just going to win, but they're not going to necessarily be exciting. And I don't have a problem with that. I want to see the best quality teams win, and at this point now, if OKC is going to start being the villain, I want to see somebody rise up. Let's see out of the East, with things being so wide open, who's going to be that surprise darling team that makes that run to the finals. Because if it's anything like last year, you never know with these Western Conference teams. They can beat up on each other, people get hurt, the next thing you know, you got an Eastern Conference champion over a team that necessarily shouldn't have won. Got Toronto against Golden State with KD all over again. Speaking of KD, speaking of the Rockets, right now they're 7. It's early. It's early. It's way too early for me to really even feel like I can say anything too much about Rockets or anything. It's hard to watch every game as well, so I don't want to say too much. We still got to get through the NBA Cup and see what's going to go on with that. But I do just have this feeling that this is going to be an NBA season to keep your eye on. This is going to be one to remember. There's a lot of young players that I feel like are going to just come out and show out this year. That I feel like they're going to like really put their stamp on shit, because LeBron's getting older, Steph's getting older. It's time for the NBA to start pushing some new faces, and you might have to just start going crazy with that. It might be time for just to really see what it looks like when Victor Wembanyama is the one that's leading the charge. And he's off to a good start, but I want to see some more young guys. I want to see some more young bulls come out. I want to see some guys come out and show that the league is going to be in good hands. One sport that I really don't talk about too often is baseball, and that's for a lot of reasons. Growing up, baseball was always that odd sport that, yeah, it was fun to play. There's nothing more fun usually than just sitting around throwing a baseball and trying to swing that bat and see if you can get a home run or anything like that. But there was just something about just sitting there and trying to watch a baseball game that I just found so enticingly boring. I don't know if it was the just long innings, the potential for just watching nothing but great pitching, which, as cool as it is, can get very, very boring when you just go a whole game without seeing somebody hit. And the fact that maybe it was just taking up so much time on ESPN when a lot of times I just want to watch sports. But baseball just ended up being that odd sport that, yeah, I enjoyed seeing it in person. Yeah, I would play a video game of it, but I was not trying to watch it on TV, and I was not trying to go out of my way to really enjoy it. This year, this season, this playoff baseball has changed my entire perspective when it comes to the sport, when it comes to everything. Living in Seattle, watching this Mariners postseason run, watching all of the moments, watching Cal hit that grand slam in the 8th inning, watching them just go and try to make it to their first World Series, and just watching the emotion, watching the joy and the tears and the heartbreak out of the fans. Just at my job, just constantly seeing these people just get so excited and just see them want to finish it and complete the job. It made me realize just how special baseball can be. Seeing the Cubs just go on the run that they did early, with PCA just bringing some excitement and a new fresh face to the franchise after I really hadn't seen much to get excited for since Chris Bryant left. That was amazing. And Kyle Schwarber too. That was amazing. This World Series, Shohei Ohtani, Vlad Guerrero, it was amazing. As crazy and as much as I can say fuck Toronto for being the team to fuck up Seattle's chances to get to that World Series, damn did they play their asses off. Damn did those guys give it their all. They were trying to bring the first title to that country, baseball title to that country since '93, since they went back-to-back, and they gave it their all. They went 7 games with the best team in baseball, with Shohei Ohtani, with Yamamoto out there. They threw everything they had at the Blue Jays and still took them 7 games to the wire, extra innings, and by God was I entertained. Shohei Ohtani, again, just to bring him up, that motherfucker he's special. He is so special. He is the best baseball player I think I probably will see in my lifetime, unless there's somebody else who's going to come out and be able to throw the way he did, just pitching wise, and then hit 3 home runs in the same game. That is an otherworldly performance. I always wondered why pitchers were such bad hitters, and doing the research and understanding just how different the skill sets are. This man, what you are seeing with him, you're not going to see again or for a long time. You have to appreciate this. This is either he's an anomaly, and then just Will Smith, the stat about him, every team he's went to since 2020 has won the World Series. I need this nigga on the Cubs like tomorrow. This is the storylines, the shit that was happening, everything that was going on. The series itself, to just match each other on games 1 and 2, go down like that. Then you have the Blue Jays take that 3-2 lead in games 3 and 4. In games 4 and 5. Man. The Dodgers win that game the way they did in game 6, and then game 7 to just be the game that it was. This is a special season of baseball. Vlad had a legendary postseason run his damn self, hitting all those home runs. This is just a revelation. I legit have not been that excited watching baseball ever in my life. There were so many times where I was damn near paying more attention at my own job to that screen, just trying to see if they were going to be able to get that last out, or if somebody was going to be able to hit that special home run. I'll just put it to you this way. I'm really fucking mad I missed Cal's home run in that 8th inning. Like, that was one that I wish I would have just been able to experience that moment, because the moments that you must have been feeling in Toronto or in LA, just being a fan of those teams and just seeing these moments happen. Again, we had the fucking Mariners play I want to say that was 18 innings. 18 innings against the Blue Jays. And then you've got them doing the same thing in the World Series in Game 3. This is a special postseason of baseball. The Fall Classic lived up to its name. If you are somebody who's a fan of baseball, or you're somebody who's thinking about getting into it, now's the time. The metrics are up on every statistics you can think of. People are getting way more intrigued. It's not just America's pastime anymore. I've heard somebody say it's global now, and it really is true. Like, if Shohei is showing us anything, is that Japan is creating better baseball players than us right now. So this is just a great time. It is like, I never thought that I would see baseball just become almost what I always knew soccer to be globally, but it really is doing. And it's just a great time to be a fan of the sport. Like, I'm catching myself. Like, I really just want to know what moves they're going to be making. I want us to keep PCA around. I want us to really open up that checkbook. We need to start paying some motherfuckers. We really need to start making a run, because I want it now. I want to see it. There's so much greatness out there. This is what baseball needed, because the young people are getting more intrigued, and shit, you're getting even the old guys like myself, the unks. So just shout out baseball, shout out Shohei, shout out the entire MLB, because this postseason was a spectacle. It was something to remember, and I want to see more. All in all, this has been a crazy week of sports. Like I said already, baseball is on the upswing. Very excited to see what's going to be happening, even in the off season, everything like that. NFL week 9 was crazy, and I already can't wait for week 10. Can't wait to see what the Bears are going to do against the Giants, and a whole bunch of other games that are going to be going on slated for it. And then the NBA. We're early into the season, but it's already off to a great start. Already a bunch of new, exciting young players who are showing their stuff. New teams that we didn't expect to be doing so well so early, like my Bulls showing out. So we'll see what keeps up. We'll see who falls off the wagon. And we'll see what's for real. But once again, make sure you like, follow, subscribe on whatever platform that you're listening or watching me in on. And other than that, just have a wonderful rest of your day. Continue to be good people. Tell your friends and family that you love them. And have a good rest of your evening.